here. Remember, we're going to talk about your bio, background, all that good stuff. All right. This table moves, so. All right, and 1, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Reformers. How's everybody going? Welcome to today's Tactical Tuesday tip of the month. Today we have with ourselves Deanna, who's one of our agents with our office, also a real estate investor. Going to be talking today a little bit about basically property management and working with property managers. Deanna, why don't you give them a little bit of background on who you are, what you do, a little bit of your background.
Well, as fans say, my name is Deanna DeBose, and I've been a realtor since 2004 and got into real estate investments, I guess around about 2007. We bought our first property and kind of dove right in, and the experience has been great highs and some lows, but all in all, it's been great experience. So, like I said, I do a lot of real estate investment just on the residential side, and then also have done quite a bit of investment properties, buying and holding, a little bit of flipping, not a whole lot, and getting with Vince and learning more about wholesaling and other tips and tricks of the trade.
Some new strategies.
Strategies.
Awesome. Well, of course, today we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the property management side, obviously, because that's some more of your experience. And really, guys, talking a lot about picking out the right managers. If you are going that direction, and obviously, some of the tactics and tips that we need to identify and look for in finding the right property manager for yourself. And obviously, from my perspective, and maybe you can give me a little bit of your perspective as well. I think that whenever you first get into real estate investing, that you need to do some of that self-management yourself to kind of understand real estate, to understand what to look for.
I agree.
Obviously, because if you're doing it yourself, you're doing it a certain way, and
right.
You want the property manager to do it that way as well.
Well, I think it kind of helps you to have boots on the street. It kind of helps you to expand your knowledge of what type of tenant you want, what type of tenant you don't want, just all the pros and cons of property management. Mm-hmm. And then once you expand on it, and it becomes a point where you can no longer manage them yourself, or you just want to, you want to be in acquisitions and focus more on that as opposed to property management, then I think there comes a point in time when you need to expand and hire a property management company. Yeah,
certainly. And, of course, I've been told from the industry standard that about 100 units is self-manageable full-time. Obviously that's a lot, but I mean, if you're going to do anything else than managing properties, you probably need to hire a property manager. At what point do you think you should probably hire someone?
I'm probably not as aggressive as Vance. I would say just if it's yourself. I mean, if you're full-time or if you work, certainly if you have a job as well, mm-hmm. I personally think no more than 15 to 20 units, if that's what you're doing on the side to build your empire. Mm-hmm. So I would say, if you're small and starting out, maybe 20, but if you're full-time and that's what you're doing full-time, then possibly 100.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of understand that too, because we got up to about 20, 25 units in the past, and I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of time consumption, but I mean, obviously being full-time, you're flexible and you're able to take care of those items, but it was taking some time, to manage those properties.
Right.
And obviously, the leasing side of that's a big part of that. Collections is probably the other biggest time part of that.
Yes.
Of course, the easier it is whenever you have tenants that pay on time and you don't have to beat down their door all the time for that money too.
Right.
It makes it a lot easier. But as far as when you are looking at a property manager, obviously we're looking at fees and what they're going to charge. But what are some of the other nuances that you catch or look for when working with the property manager?
Well, I think a lot of investors, when you're buying and holding, they usually try to keep them in a central area, even if it's maybe one county. We're in Tarrant County right now, so use that as an instance. I would say I would start looking for the best property management company in Tarrant County. You can start on MLS and see who has the most listings. You can look on Google and see what the ratings are. You can ask other investors, what their success stories are with this company. or do they have any recommendations? So
Mm-hmm.
I would just start probably looking locally. Now, it doesn't mean that companies that are not in your target area are not good. It's just kind of low-hanging fruit, just making things easier in case you need to go buy. I know a lot of things are electronic, so you don't really have to go buy anymore. But that's the way I would start. And I would look at reputation and, look at other investors and what are their experiences with this company. And perhaps even ask them for references from some of their people that they manage for.
You kind of just put a bunch of feelers out in different ways. And
just put a bunch of feelers out. Yes.
Who's going to come back with the best recommendation? And I like your idea about MLS too, because obviously, if you're an agent or if you're working with an agent, they can pull up who has the most listings or who is the most listed office in the area, which obviously relates to how many properties they're going to manage. So if they're managing a lot of properties, either they're doing something right or they've got a big book of business themselves. So then that goes into the interview process.
And it may mean that they have the team and the capacity to handle, a volume of properties, several 100,000 properties, without missing a beat. So I would, as an agent, that's something that I can do, but everyone is not an agent, so they can't pull and see, what their days on the market are, even because, as a property owner, you don't want your property vacant for a long time. So, how successful are they with pricing that property for lease and getting it leased at a successful rate? And so those are just the things that you can look at and try to narrow down what property management you want to go with.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome information. I mean, that's some great tips when you're looking at, getting to that point of hiring on a property manager. And then, of course, when you get to that point, what are you kind of looking for too? So, guys, that's going to kind of conclude our Tactical Tuesday tip of the week. Obviously, we appreciate Deanna coming in here and sharing some of the information with us. Guys, if you, Deanna, share with them a little bit about if they would like to get a hold of you as a real estate agent or an investor, how would they get a hold of you?
If you'd like to call me, you can call me at 972-754-0220. My email is pretty easy. It's my name at gmail.com, but it's spelled like Deanna, DeannaDebose @gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, I appreciate you coming in and sharing some of the information with us. And guys, if you would like more information on some of our trainings and some of our tips and maybe working with us, you can always visit our website at therealreform.com or visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Real Estate Reformation. And guys, stay tuned for our next Tactical Tuesday tip of the week. And if you guys would like more information, give us a shout. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Let's hope we recorded all the way. Oh, no.
Tell me to get recorded.
Okay, we're good.